Ever wondered which Olympic sports were too weird to survive? Discover the strangest events that didn't make the cut. Live pigeon shooting. Here's one you won't see in the Olympics anymore. Live pigeon shooting was held at the 1900 Paris Games, where participants aimed to shoot as many live pigeons as possible. With over 300 birds killed, this event sparked immediate controversy. Thankfully, it was a one-time occurrence and future shooting events replaced live birds with clay targets, leaving this strange and brutal sport in the past. Pistol dueling. In the 1906 Intercalated Games, athletes competed in pistol dueling by shooting at mannequins dressed in frock coats from a set distance. It was meant to simulate the challenge of a real duel, minus the deadly stakes. The event, however, didn't quite capture the drama of a true duel and was quickly shelved after its single appearance. Hot air ballooning. Hot air ballooning was featured as a demonstration sport in the 1900 Paris Olympics. Competitors were judged on how far they traveled, how long they stayed aloft, and how accurately they landed. It was more of a spectacle than a competition, and though visually impressive, it didn't align with the competitive nature of the Olympics, leaving it grounded in future games. Running deer shooting, featured in multiple early Olympics, 1908, 1912, 1920, 1924, involved shooting at a moving deer-shaped target that simulated the challenge of hunting. It required precision and timing. Despite its technical difficulty, the sport's appeal faded over time, and with changing attitudes toward hunting, it was ultimately removed from the Olympic program. Swimming obstacle race. The 1900 Paris Games also gave us the swimming obstacle race, where competitors navigated a 200-meter course that involved climbing over boats and swimming under them. While it added an exciting twist to swimming, the event didn't survive beyond its debut. Tug of war. Once a staple in the Olympics from 1900 to 1920, tug of war was exactly what it sounds like. Teams of 8 pulling on opposite ends of a heavy rope, trying to drag the other team across a line. It was a test of sheer strength, teamwork, and strategy. Despite its simplicity and excitement, tug of war was eventually tugged out of the Olympic program. Cricket. Cricket was played in the 1900 Paris Olympics, featuring just 2 teams, Great Britain and France. The match, which lasted 2 days, ended in a British victory. Despite its popularity in certain regions, cricket's slow pace and the lack of international teams made it a one-time event in Olympic history. Plunge for distance, a quirky event that made its sole appearance in the 1904 St. Louis Games. Plunge for distance involved diving into a pool and seeing how far you could glide underwater without using your arms or legs. Competitors looked like statues in the water, and while it tested their streamlining, it wasn't exactly thrilling for spectators. Unsurprisingly, the event was dropped after just one Olympic outing. Rope climbing. Featured in several early Olympics, 1896, 1904, 1924, and 1932, rope climbing tested athletes' upper body strength as they raced to the top of a vertical rope using only their hands. Competitors were judged on both speed and form. Despite its demanding nature, rope climbing didn't quite capture the long-term interest of Olympic audiences and was eventually phased out of the Games. Club swinging. Club swinging, featured in 1904 and 1932, was a gymnastics event where athletes performed elaborate routines by swinging heavy clubs around their bodies in intricate patterns. It required rhythm, coordination, and a flair for the dramatic. Despite its artistic appeal, the event never gained widespread popularity and was eventually removed from the Olympic lineup. Croquet. The 1900 Paris Olympics featured croquet, a leisurely game where players used mallets to hit balls through a series of hoops. Notably, this event saw 3 women competitors, making them some of the first official female Olympians. However, the sport didn't exactly draw the crowds. Legend has it that only one spectator showed up. Needless to say, croquet didn't make the cut for future games. Basque pelota. Basque pelota, a traditional ball game from the Basque region, was part of the 1900 Paris Olympics. Players hit a small ball against a wall using their hands or a racket in a fast-paced and demanding game that requires quick reflexes. While popular locally, it didn't resonate globally, leading to its discontinuation as an Olympic event. Lacan. Lacan, a form of French stick fighting, was demonstrated at the 1924 Paris Olympics. Competitors sparred with wooden canes, showcasing their agility, precision, and combat skills. Despite its uniqueness, Lacan didn't capture the international audience's interest and was never included as an official Olympic sport. Lacrosse, a sport with roots in Native American culture, was included in the 1904 and 1908 Olympics. The fast-paced game involved players using sticks with nets to catch, carry, and pass a ball, aiming to score in the opponent's goal. While exciting, its limited global reach at the time meant that it didn't become a permanent Olympic fixture. Tandem cycling. Tandem cycling, featured from 1908 to 1972, involved two cyclists on a tandem bicycle competing in a sprint race against another team. The event required perfect synchronization and communication between the cyclists. As cycling evolved and more disciplines were added, tandem cycling eventually pedaled out of the Olympic program.